Welcome to episode 25 of the Webcomic Beacon Presents First Issue.
I'm Marcus.
I'm Melissa.
And I'm Fes. And we traveled back in time so we can get here in time to fill the episode 25, which didn't get recorded for some reason.
Check.
And this is Red Lanterns, #1 from DC Comics.
It is.
We have this cover for Red Lanterns.
It's red.
Yes.
It's very red.
Very fucking red.
Well, given that the title is Red Lanterns, you'd expect a certain amount of red. And
But goddamn.
This is a lot of red.
This is almost sleepily red.
You know what it reminds me of? The Red Alert, or whatever they call the Mountain Dew.
Oh, yeah.
Because when
it's like having a breakfast of Red Alert and Hostess cherry pie.
Yeah, it was like when I looked at the red and Red Lanterns, the font reminded me of that Mountain Dew. And I was just like, oh, I'm a little thirsty for something that'll, basically be like pouring acid down my throat.
Logo could pop more. I think the background would have been stronger if it wasn't red.
Yeah.
It's just a little bit of a mush.
Red.
But
everything's red. And then DC Comics and the New 52 pop right
Yeah,
there.
'cause they're in
it's
green.
They're in green, so it's for Christmas.
But everything else is...
So, anyway, Red Lanterns, obviously part of the Green Lanterns, something or other. Have no idea about the Red Lanterns. Let's
Alien
see.
people.
Well, let's see if Red Lanterns tells us about...
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't notice this before. We're in Space Sector 666.
Oh, Christ.
Oh,
dear.
It couldn't be 665, Neighbor of the Beast.
Symbolism.
Anyway, we got this torpedo ship in space with these weird blue guys torturing
Some dude.
some guy.
And they're not red, which is a nice change of pace.
Yeah, it's a very blue all of a sudden. It kind of feels cold. I love how Salacious Crumb is holding this dude's head in place. It's like, what the fuck is he doing here? And then all these guys are like, I'm just ruining you. I'll keep torturing you. And if I stop torturing you, I'm pretty sure I'm going to kill myself.
Actually, I think it works like musical chairs. Once the torture stops, everybody scrambles for a chair, and then somebody's out. And then they have to torture the guy until, they do another round.
Yeah, until they run out of torture implements.
Yeah.
Like, that's used before, you can't use it again.
So, in any case,
Yeah.
so this guy's being tortured, and then they're like, hey, there's something on the radar, and then it's Death Kitty!
And this making this the best opening scene I've seen in 52. A double-page spread of a murderous cat.
I love how it wears the Red Lantern ring on its tail.
Yeah.
And I, you know what? I'm not a cat person, but this totally wins me over.
Yeah, well,
Death by space cat.
Well, what I love about them is if you kind of, I don't know if they really tell you later on in this book. I can't quite remember.
No, they don't.
Yeah, what the Red Lanterns are. It's like kind of like how the Green Lanterns tend to collect the most, I guess, willpower-y person in their space sector. The Red Lanterns are the same, but with angry people.
Yeah.
So this cat was the most angry, ravenous, psychotic thing in its entire sector of space. That's how it earned that ring.
I think my friend Chuck used to own that cat.
So, anyway, he's flying through space, and he is coughing up blood like a motherfucker.
Well, he's not.
Well, if you're flying through space, you'd probably be coughing up.
Yeah, but you'd think the ring would be protecting you.
I think they all do that.
But, we'll get to that more in a bit. But, so this cat comes in, and they're all like, yeah, we'll just take it out. And then suddenly, like, starts slashing their faces and shit.
Powering up and stuff.
It's Death Kitty.
Yeah, it's like vomiting on their heads and...
Yeah, the last thing you want are face piercings when you're being attacked by a death cat.
Ooh, no.
So, the kitty is just coughing up blood.
Which I guess it turns out to be acidic.
Yeah.
Yeah, apparently the blood vomit is a weapon.
Yep. I wonder if it's from the cat.
And then you've got like the Akira powers forming around the cat in this panel.
Yeah, the kitty's not really using any sort of I don't know, they're not
special attacks.
No, it's just a really pissed off kitty.
The cat. And then Atrocitus.
And Atrocitus shows up and, what are you doing to my cat?
And he just ruins these guys.
And thus the scene gets better.
Yeah.
Yes. So And then we have him at the end where he's holding his little kitty, and the kitty's going like...
It's a pretty big kitty, actually.
Yeah, it's a serious cat.
It's a slightly anthro kitty. You can tell by its legs being a little bit longer.
I think that's just because of people don't know how to draw a cat being held by a person. Actually.
Well, clearly this is not an Earth cat. So...
Oh, that's true.
Well, right.
But I'm looking at it compared to the previous pages, and it looks really cat-like.
I like the expression on the cat's face, whose name is Dexstar.
Yeah.
I like how it's like, I had him under control. I didn't need your help. Just kind of mumble grumble.
Yeah, it's
soaking death
It's just
kitty.
like, yeah,
a little kitty cat.
And then we cut to Space Sector 2814,
Which does not have a death kitty in it.
Which has Earth in it.
I guess it's Earth, yeah.
But we see like this old guy getting basically mugged by...
Was it getting mugged? The dude just kills him.
Apparently a batch of pure sinew attacks this old man in an alley.
Yeah.
He's thinking about things just what does he say? Why is there there's still so much pain in the universe? And so it's kind of like this throwaway page that doesn't seem to do anything, but it does come back later in the story.
It comes up again.
Mm-hmm.
But so we're on Red Planet with the Red Lantern beacon tower thing there, which I guess heals them or such.
I guess lets them regenerate, so they spend all their time whooping each other's asses.
Yeah. And speaking of asses and breasts,
yeah. Look at this chicky poo. We've got both ass cleavage and breast cleavage.
We got swivel spine here.
Yeah, it's
you can't do that.
It's that snap spine thing.
Oh, really?
Oh,
Jesus.
Anyway, that can't be done.
Yeah.
But she's also coughing up blood because she just,
she destroyed her entire internal
But she's near the Red Lantern beacon, so it's safe to do that, I guess.
Yeah, so you can snap your spine and do that.
But what gets me is that, okay, she's having this whole deal, she's surviving that. Why isn't it regenning her wings, or does her entire species just have these vestigial bone wings that don't do anything?
Well, that's like...
Because she flies from the power of the Red Ring anyway.
Well, she flies with the power of the Red Ring... Yeah, on her.
So why doesn't she have or maybe they all have bone wings.
Maybe they're all just bone wings, kind of like antlers.
Maybe she's just goth.
That'd be hilarious.
She could like
accessories. She literally don't belong with her body. She's literally just.
She's just like tying stuff on.
Yeah, it's like she got her first kills on like weird bat creatures.
Oh, okay.
So she took his bones and just stuck them on her back. That's why they're always glowing. She's keeping them there with their power.
Yeah, so she's like a Buffalo Bill from Silence of the
Lambs.
Just
that'd be awesome.
Pretty soon she'll kill somebody and wear their
that would be pretty
skin,
cool.
like a suit.
Every time we see her, she should have like another like chunk of an alien on her somewhere.
Yeah.
So anyway, they're all fighting because she explains as little as she can while coughing up blood. Fighting lanterns, rage, napalm hearts. Stop the thing.
She's having a bad day.
And it's basically the main guy here, which Atrocitus, that name, is telling them to stop fighting. So then they start like,
It's like, why stop fighting? Yeah. You lost your rage, old man. You used to be one of us. You used to be angry. You used to be a revolutionary.
You used to be about the band, man.
Yeah, and now he's like, I don't know, man. I'm starting to mellow out in my old age. I'm only, I'm 7 million years old. That's like...
So, yeah, basically, he's being all like emo and shit. And he goes to this place where there is one of the... Well,
Guardians.
He's a Guardian, but we're not really told that in this number one what they are. But if you read Green Lantern,
you kind of realize
you kind of know who this is.
But it's somebody that Hal Jordan killed anyway.
Yeah, and he wanted to be the one to kill him and blah blah blah. It's basically more emo-ness. And then this rage plant ejaculates on him. Mm-hmm. And then he
remembers his origin story.
He remembers his origin story.
Well, it's number one. You better tell the damn origin story.
Yep.
And it's all told in like these wedding photo soft border images.
Which is
it should have been bordered in like flames
or something.
Blood. Yeah.
But the thing is,
no, more flames of blood would really detract from the flames and blood.
That is true. That is true. But
dead bodies. It should be
Oh god, just like a collage
it would look
of dead bodies.
like an old Mad page with the Sergio Aragona's drawings in all the gutters.
Yeah, but to be fair, I do like this just in that at least I can tell what's going on. The fact that it is a flashback. there are a couple of books we've read through where there's no indication.
Yeah.
And it's just sort of continues on as though it's the present day. So this I really appreciate.
Yeah, and I love how the clear border on the last panel just snaps you right
Yeah,
there.
it shows
Like,
you
all right,
right.
it's over now.
Basically, what were the Guardians back then? They went through
the
and
Manhunters,
his
robots.
his cliche motivation for anything, number 36, wife and child killed in front of you.
Yeah. He's a Punisher. I mean, that's kind of the idea behind the Red Lanterns as being anti-heroes at all, is they're going to be DC's Punishers.
Yeah.
So that's fine. How else would you do that?
Then we cut to Peter Parker coming to see his grandpa that died in...
It's Uncle Ben.
Yeah, it's Uncle Ben that died by brick earlier.
There are so many Peter Parkers in this DC reboot.
There's quite a lot of them, that's true.
And there's these two brothers there, and the one who's there is like... he's saying, like, he put up a fight.
Granddad didn't go out like a bitch.
Yeah. And
how could you not show up, man? He was dying. He's like, I had a paper to do.
It's like, oh my god.
I need to see my grandfather. He's nothing. And then his brother's like, fuck you. Just punches him in the face.
Yeah, it's like, boy, what I mean, it's like this.
He's kind of a dick, man.
I mean, this is an example, but what does this example have to do with the comic? I mean, Atrocitus isn't from Earth.
Yeah.
It just seems to be like maybe an example that we're supposed to relate to. It's just kind of there. It can do what its job is for, but it's
setting up for something.
Yeah, all I can guess is that at some point one of the two will become Red Lanterns, probably Peter Parker.
Yeah.
Well, come on, there's only 20 pages in this comic book. You wouldn't waste
there's only
that
so
many.
much fucking space.
Yeah.
So Atrocitus is rekindled in rage and anger.
I remember my motivation again.
Yep.
And then he punches through the dead Guardian.
The dead Guardian, which apparently still has
blood.
liquid in him.
Which he was surprised at, to be fair.
Has liquid vengeance inside.
Yeah.
Dead body that bleeds. A universe that reveals its secrets.
Yep. Well,
whatever that means.
Yeah.
And
lick it.
Oh God.
It'd be like smoking Keith Richards' ashes. Can you imagine?
Jesus Christ.
There's a bit more paneling going on, showing.
And this one
they're
supposed.
I mean, they're supposed to be a type of guardian, right?
Well, a type of lantern in any case.
Yeah.
They're fueled by rage and anger, and a lot of these things show basically revenge and maybe justice in some way. It's like
they're the berserkers of the universe. They're the heavies that get thrown in.
They're the tanks.
That the Green Lanterns don't have to soil
their hands. Yeah, because the Green Lanterns are all like, don't kill people, even if it's necessary. But if they happen to die. But with the Green Red Lanterns, they're like, fucking kill them.
And and then it wraps up, and there's like
we can't really say. Is this really? This is, I guess, it's kind of a. It's potentially a spoiler. I don't know. I didn't pick up.
We kind of knew what was going to happen because
this is all just set up.
Yeah,
set up.
The weird blue Morrigan from the beginning didn't seem to be really too keen on the fact that Atrocitus is kind of losing his touch.
Yeah, and I kind of like that angle on this comic.
Definitely.
Like, well, what happens when you kind of like, well, I've been angry, and I'm
normally the ring would just decommission you and say,
there's someone angrier around.
Yeah.
You're angry. There you go. But
maybe there was no one else who was as angry as him in his sector, even though he was losing his anger.
Everybody else already had a ring, so.
Yeah.
But then again, it's still anyway. So
it's like
verdict for number 1 Green Lanterns.
Red
Lanterns.
Red Lanterns.
Red Lanterns.
Wrong color, honey.
The green of the logo of the DC Comics logo threw me off. Anyway.
And most of them are green, but Red Lantern. I say it's a success. I'm interested in the premise. There's an interesting angle going on with the main character, and I think it succeeds in laying out its story, and it gives an angle that's intriguing.
Yeah, I'll give it a succeeds also. It kind of gives me a little bit of information about the main character, which I didn't know before. All I knew was kind of like, oh, so he's sort of Doomsday? Not really, but with a Red Lantern ring? All right, I can get behind it. But with now kind of knowing his deal, and with the Red Lantern sort of being repackaged as DC's The Punisher as a group, I'm kind of interested in it, especially the whole possible betrayal angle, this whole possible fight for power coming up. So I'm interested. I'll give it succeeds.
I kind of want to give this a mad just because it doesn't really tell us about the Red Lanterns. It tells us all about Atrocitus, for sure. But not like, what the fuck are they?
Yeah.
Well, it does mention, I think, in passing
It's-
about the vengeance angle.
It's totally in
of that,
passing,
but
though, to be fair.
there's
It's-
nothing explicitly laid out.
Right. And then these weird shots of Earth.
The people on Earth are a little
doesn't,
distracting.
It doesn't
but
make any...
It's just to give you a something to like kind of be a loose end, you know?
Yeah.
Like, where's
Right,
that coming?
right.
Where's that going? What the fuck?
Well, it's going to issue number 2, is where it's
Well, of course. But you know, there's some people who can't get into a book unless it involves Earth. Some people are weird like that.
Weird.
Yeah, true.
Well, it's... I think as a number 1, I think it does enough what... I think when we not recorded this the first time, I might have given it a meh. But I think I do have to give it a Succeeds on retrospect, just because I think it does everything it needs to for a number 1, despite the actual title. I'm actually kind of interested in Brain Squid Red Lantern here.
I wonder if that's the Red Lantern equivalent of the F-sharp bell.
That would be pretty awesome.
That'd be kind of interesting. But so I'll have to give it a Succeeds because I think it does do what it's supposed to do. And that is Red Lanterns number 1 from DC Comics.